Before we start, think about the last man who made your heart race. Not what he said, not what he texted, but what he did without even realizing it. Because a man's body tells the truth his mouth will never admit. And today, I'm going to reveal 5 places a man will touch you, USI or USLY, when he's attracted to you. These signs are subtle, instinctive, and honestly, they expose EXATOY how he feels. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because I promise you, after watching this channel, you will never be confused about a man again. When a man touches your lower back, he isn't just guiding you, helping you move through a doorway, or being polite in a crowd. This touch is one of the most instinctive, revealing, and emotionally charged signals a man can give when he's attracted to you. And the surprising part is most men don't even realize they're doing it. It's subtle, but it exposes everything he's trying to hide with his words, his jokes, his confidence, or his calm exterior. A touch on the lower back is never random, never meaningless, never neutral. It's always driven by something deeper. The reason this touch is so powerful lies in the psychology behind it. The lower back is a soft, vulnerable, feminine space. It's close to your waist, an area that symbolizes femininity and attraction, yet far enough from the hips to remain socially acceptable. That's exactly why men choose it without thinking. It gives them a moment of closeness without crossing a boundary. It's safe intimacy, and men instinctively use it to connect, feel protective, and signal interest in a way that feels natural to them. When his hand lands there, even for a second, he's sending a message long before he speaks or admits what he feels. He's paying attention to your movement, your energy, your presence. A man who isn't interested won't notice when you slow down, won't guide you when you step aside, and won't reach out when someone brushes past you. But a man who is attracted becomes instinctively aware of you. He tunes into your rhythm. He reacts to your pace. He feels responsible for your comfort and safety, even in tiny moments that look casual from the outside. This touch often happens in moments that seem insignificant, walking through a crowded place, moving aside for someone, crossing a street, or even standing close during conversation. But every time it happens, it's because he's feeling something he thinks he's managing well, but his body gives him away. The hand on your lower back is a connection he creates without planning it. It's his way of saying, I'm here with you. I'm here next to you. I want to be the one guiding you. A man who feels nothing won't reach for that spot. He'll keep his distance physically and emotionally. A man who feels drawn to you, however, can't resist the pull. What makes this touch even more telling is the emotional effect it has on him. Men bond through action, not language. They show interest through proximity, touch, and presence. When a man touches your lower back, it activates his protective instinct. It makes him feel masculine, responsible, and connected to you in a small but powerful way. It triggers a moment of closeness he might not fully understand, but he feels it nonetheless. Even if all he meant was to guide you around someone, the feeling it creates is deeper. His hand goes there because it feels right, natural, and emotionally gratifying. It's a touch that satisfies his attraction without making him vulnerable, or so he thinks. But the truth is, the lower back touch always gives him away. It's intimate enough to reveal fascination, but subtle enough for him to pretend it meant nothing. Yet you feel it. Women always feel it. That gentle pressure at the small of your back creates instant awareness. Your body notices him. Your breath shifts. Your mind becomes conscious of his presence. It's not a shoulder tap or a friendly arm brush. This is different. It's delicate but intense, soft but meaningful. It's a silent moment that says far more than his words. And here's something important. He won't do this with every woman. Men aren't out here touching every lower back in sight. They reserve this instinctive, protective gesture for someone they feel drawn to, someone who sparks their attention, someone whose presence they enjoy, someone they want to be close to without being obvious. So when it happens to you, you should trust the signal. Even if he's shy, even if he's reserved, even if he's pretending he's not interested, his body doesn't lie. You'll notice his hand goes there during very specific moments. Crowds, narrow spaces, sudden laughter, photograph moments. Whenever he has an excuse to be near you, his hand finds its way to the small of your back. These aren't coincidences. They're patterns, they're instincts, they're physical expressions of attraction slipping through the cracks of his self-control. The lower back touch is one of the clearest unconscious signs of desire. It's gentle but territorial, subtle but intimate, safe but still incredibly telling. When he does it, he's not just guiding you, he's revealing where his heart and mind drift when he's around you. It's a moment of closeness he creates without thinking, a spark his body tries to ignite before his mind can catch up. It says, I feel drawn to you. I want to be close to you. I want you to feel me next to you. So if he touches you there, even once, it's one of the strongest signs that he's attracted to you, more than he might ever admit outright. His hand speaks the truth first. His words will follow later. When a man touches your arm or shoulder, it seems so small, so harmless, so friendly on the surface. But women often underestimate how revealing this touch is when it comes from a man who's attracted to you. Because unlike the lower back touch, which is intimate and instinctive, the arm or shoulder touch is his way of testing emotional and physical chemistry without risking too much too fast. It's the safe flirt. It's the touch a man uses when he's trying to figure out if you feel the same. And what makes it powerful isn't how big the gesture is, but how often he does it and how naturally it comes to him. Here's what most women don't realize. Men don't touch a woman repeatedly unless something deeper is happening inside them. A man who sees you as just another person in the room will keep his hands to himself. He'll talk to you, laugh with you, maybe stand near you, but he won't keep reaching for your arm, tapping your shoulder, brushing against you during a conversation, or using any excuse to make physical contact. But the man who's attracted to you, he finds reasons, he creates moments. He uses small touches to build a bridge between you and him without making it awkward or obvious. Watch how it happens. You say something funny and he taps your arm as he laughs, even if he didn't need to. You're walking together and instead of just talking, he lightly nudges you or bumps shoulders with you. You're standing close in a group and he accidentally brushes past you more often than he does anyone else. He's not thinking, let me flirt by touching her. His body simply responds to the energy he feels around you. He wants to close the gap. He wants to feel the connection. He wants to see if you lean in or pull away. Men are incredibly observant in these moments. They use arm and shoulder touches as subtle tests. When he taps your arm and you smile or stay relaxed, he feels encouraged. When you lean in a little instead of stepping back, he feels a spark of hope. When you respond with your own gentle touch, even something as small as brushing his hand, it sends him a clear signal that the chemistry is mutual. This is why this type of touch is so important. It's the most socially acceptable flirtation a man can use without risking rejection. It's his way of opening the door without fully stepping through it. But there's more to it than that. The arm and shoulder area is considered a neutral space, but emotionally it becomes meaningful when a man keeps returning to it. It tells you a lot about how comfortable he feels around you. If he's shy, this might be the only way he's brave enough to show interest. If he's confident, it's his playful way of drawing you into his orbit. Either way, the message is the same. He's not just communicating with words. He's initiating connection with touch. He's expressing attraction through tiny, repeated gestures that feel like nothing until you suddenly realize he's been doing it all along. Notice how he touches other people. Does he tap everyone's arm the same way he does yours? Probably not. People often say, oh, he's just naturally friendly. But even friendly men have a different energy when they're attracted. The touch lingers a bit longer. The pressure is slightly softer. The frequency is higher. He pays attention to your reaction. He might laugh as he touches your shoulder, but his eyes check your face for a split second. He wants to see how you respond. And whether he admits it or not, that moment matters to him. There's also a protective side to this touch. When a man is into you, even lightly touching your shoulder can make him feel more connected and responsible. It brings him physically closer in a way that feels natural, not intrusive. It breaks the barrier between two people talking and two people feeling something. It creates warmth. It builds familiarity. It strengthens the emotional tension in the air without saying a single word. You might notice this touch in certain situations, when he's laughing with you, when he's explaining something exciting, when he's teasing you, when he's trying to comfort you, when he's trying to get your attention in a group. Every time he reaches for your arm or shoulder, he's building a silent conversation. And that conversation is saying, I feel drawn to you. I want to connect with you. I want to be close to you, even if it's just for a moment. The arm touch is also a grounding gesture for a man. When he likes someone, he becomes more physically expressive without realizing it. Touching your arm helps him feel emotionally stable in your presence. It calms him, reassures him, and brings him into the moment with you. It might be small, but it's incredibly intimate in what it represents. Attraction isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a soft tap, a brush of clothing, a gentle squeeze on your upper arm when he says goodbye. And here's the silent truth that makes this touch so powerful. If he didn't feel something for you, he wouldn't need to touch you at all. He would stay in his space. He wouldn't test. He wouldn't reach. He wouldn't linger. A man can talk to anyone, but he only reaches for the woman who pulls his attention in. So the next time he taps your arm during a joke or slides his hand along your shoulder for just a second longer than necessary, pay attention. That small touch is carrying a big message. It's his way of saying, without words, I feel something when I'm around you. And whether he realizes it or not, it's one of the clearest signs that his attraction isn't just in his mind, it's in his body, his behavior, and every tiny gesture he makes when you're close. When a man touches your waist, everything changes. This is not a casual touch. This is not a friendly gesture. This is not something a man does without feeling something powerful behind it. The waist is a deeply intimate and instinctive place for a man's hand to go. And when it happens, it reveals a level of attraction he may not have the courage to express verbally. Men don't wander into a woman's waist zone unless there's something magnetic pulling them toward her. The waist is close to the core of the body, close to feminine curves, close to softness, close to vulnerability. It draws a man in emotionally, physically, and psychologically, and that's why this touch holds so much meaning. Watch how it happens. You're adjusting your position for a picture, and suddenly his hand slides to your waist as though it belongs there. You're walking together, and instead of touching your arm, he lightly grips the side of your waist to guide you. You're talking, laughing, moving, and he finds a moment to pull you closer by placing his hand there for just a second longer than he needs to. Men don't touch a woman's waist unless something inside them feels connected, attracted, or deeply aware of her presence. It's a touch that signals chemistry, desire, and a subconscious pull he can't hide. The waist is a sensitive spot. When someone touches you there, you feel it instantly. Your body reacts. Your breath shifts, your awareness sharpens. And trust me, he knows that. He might not consciously think about it, but his instincts do. The waist is where a man feels the most drawn when he likes someone because it's soft and feminine, yet subtle enough that he can pretend it just happened.
But he knows.
His body knows. The touch is never random. What makes this touch so telling is how personal it feels for him. When a man places his hand on your waist, even lightly, he feels a surge of closeness. It brings him physically nearer to you, and that proximity sparks both emotional and physical attraction. He gets to feel the warmth of your body, the shape of your curves, the softness under his palm. It triggers something primal in him. He feels connected, present, and pulled into your orbit. This kind of touch awakens the masculine instinct to hold, to protect, to claim, not in a controlling way, but in a deeply biological one. Men don't touch every woman like this. They don't casually rest their hand on the waist of someone they feel neutral about. If he's touching your waist, even briefly, it means he feels drawn to you in a way he can't fully disguise. A man can be friendly with his words, but his hands will always reveal who he's truly attracted to. And the waist is one of the clearest signs you can watch for. You'll notice that he does it during very specific moments. When he wants to get your attention privately in a group setting, when you're laughing and leaning close and he instinctively reaches for you, when you're crossing the street together and he guides you without thinking, when he's feeling bold, when he's feeling comfortable, when he's feeling that spark of closeness and uses his hands to express it. The waist touch shows up in these moments because it's a reflex of connection. It's his desire slipping through. Even shy men reveal themselves this way. A man who is nervous will struggle to initiate big gestures, but his hand might still drift there when the opportunity arises. A confident man will do it more deliberately, maybe even playfully, pulling you in slightly as though testing how you react to the closeness. A protective man will touch your waist to lead you safely, but the attraction behind it cannot be buried. It comes through in the softness of his grip, the hesitation in his hand, the comfort he feels standing close to your body, and your body feels it. The waist is one of the places where a woman feels a man's presence most intensely. It's not loud like a hug. It's not formal like a handshake. It's a quiet touch that sends electricity through you because it feels like he's stepping into your personal space with confidence. It's an intimate claim whispered through action rather than words. It's emotional without being dramatic. It's physical without being explicit. It's desire hidden inside a moment that feels small but says everything. The truth is, when a man is attracted to you, his body gravitates toward your waist because it's where he feels connected to your femininity. He wants to be closer than a casual friend would be. He wants to feel you, even if he pretends it's accidental. This touch doesn't come from politeness. It comes from fascination. It comes from desire. It comes from an inner push to reduce the space between your bodies, even if just for a moment. And when you think back to the men you've encountered, you'll realize this. The ones who touched your waist, even lightly, were always the ones who felt something more. The ones who didn't. It's that simple. So the next time his hand finds your waist, don't dismiss it. Don't brush it off as coincidence or friendly behavior. That moment is telling you something his words may never reveal. The waist touch is one of the clearest signs of physical attraction, emotional connection, and subconscious desire a man expresses. His hand goes where his heart leans. And when his hand settles on your waist, even for a second, it's because he feels something strong, something real, something pulling him toward you, whether he admits it or not. When a man touches your hands, it is never just about hands. It is never just about passing something, helping you stand, or brushing fingers by accident. Touching hands is one of the most emotionally revealing and intimate gestures a man makes when he's attracted to you, because hands are personal. Hands hold warmth, connection, softness, and vulnerability. And when a man feels drawn to a woman, he becomes acutely aware of her hands in a way he doesn't with anyone else. He notices how you hold your phone, how you tuck your hair behind your ear, how you adjust your bracelet, how your fingers rest on the table. He sees the small, subtle movements, and he feels something pull him toward you. Men do not reach for a woman's hands without feeling something. This is one of the touches that exposes emotion more than physical desire. It's intimate, it's tender, and it reveals that he wants more than just a moment. He wants connection. You can often tell how attracted he is by how often he finds reasons to touch your hand and how long he lets that touch linger. Notice the small excuses he creates. He gives you something and lets his fingers brush against yours a second longer than necessary. He takes something from you but doesn't pull away instantly. He gently taps the back of your hand during a joke. He helps you up from a chair and holds your hand even after you're standing. He reaches for your hand when excitement spikes in conversation, when he's laughing, emphasizing a point, or feeling a burst of connection. These aren't accidents. These are signs of emotional pull. What makes hand touching so powerful is how vulnerable it is. Touching your waist or arm can be framed as protective or playful, but the hand, that's personal territory. A man who isn't attracted to you will avoid it unless absolutely necessary. He'll hand you something quickly, keep his distance, and avoid unnecessary physical contact. But a man who feels something real will be unable to hide it in the way his fingers find yours. Hands expose softness, both yours and his. That's why he goes for them when he likes you. Sometimes he doesn't touch your whole hand. Sometimes it's just a brush of fingertips, a moment of contact so small you barely notice it at first, but look at his reaction. Look at the way he holds his breath for a second. Look at how he glances at your hand, as though wondering if you felt it too. Men reveal their attraction in micro moments, and hand contact is one of the clearest signs. Because when he touches your hand, he isn't just seeking proximity. He's seeking reassurance. He's seeking connection. He's seeking reciprocity. You can feel the difference between a polite touch and an attracted one. An attracted hand touches warmth. It has tension. It has energy. It has intention. You feel it because your body reacts instantly. Your fingers remember his. Your skin feels the spark. Your heartbeat changes. It's subtle but undeniable. A man who touches your hand with attraction behind it is trying to create a moment that feels almost invisible to the world, but unmistakable to the two of you. Pay attention to how often he initiates these little touches. Listen to how his voice changes when he does. Look at how his shoulders soften, how his face becomes a little more open, how his energy shifts. Hand touches reveal emotions he cannot say out loud. Sometimes it's shyness disguised as confidence. Sometimes it's desire disguised as friendliness. Sometimes it's nervousness disguised as curiosity. But it is always something deeper than what it looks like. Men don't touch hands unless they feel emotionally connected. That's why hand holding feels more romantic than kissing for many people. Think about it. Kissing can be impulsive, driven by chemistry or alcohol or timing, but holding someone's hand, that's intimate, that's soft, that's chosen, that's intentional. That's a man saying, I feel close to you, without saying a single word. Even the shyest men reveal their feelings through hand contact. He might not put his arm around you. He might not flirt boldly. He might not be smooth or confident. But when your hands brush, even for a second, you'll notice he freezes in that moment. His body reacts before his mind catches up. His eyes flicker toward yours. He holds the moment because he felt something. For some men, that tiny moment of contact is the loudest confession they'll ever make. And the truth is this: once a man starts touching your hand, even subtly, it means he's thinking about holding it. He's imagining what it would feel like. He's wondering if you would allow him to. He's trying to bridge the gap between emotional attraction and physical closeness. His body is speaking the truth his words may not yet be brave enough to express. A hand touch is powerful because it is honest, it is raw, it is tender, it is genuine. It comes from a place of affection rather than impulse. It reveals emotional desire rather than just physical attraction. It tells you he's not just drawn to your body, he's drawn to you, to your presence, to your energy, to the feeling he gets when he's near you. So when he touches your hand lightly, softly, intentionally, don't ignore it. That moment contains everything he's trying to hide. It's his heart reaching for you in the smallest but clearest way. And if his fingers find yours again and again, it's because he's already fallen deeper than he planned. When a man touches your hair, it is one of the most intimate, revealing and unconscious signs of attraction a woman can notice. Hair is personal. It frames your face, flows with your movements, and is part of your identity. It is soft, sensual, and inherently feminine. When a man reaches out to touch it, even lightly, he is expressing a level of desire and fascination that words alone cannot convey. This is not a casual gesture. This is not something a man does without thought or reason. This is instinctive, emotional, and deeply subconscious. Watch how it happens. Maybe he tucks a strand behind your ear as you laugh. Maybe he gently smooths your hair after it has fallen across your face. Maybe he brushes a strand from your shoulder, not because it was in the way, but because he wants to feel the movement of it, the warmth of your presence, the subtle intimacy of that touch. Men rarely reach for a woman's hair unless they are strongly drawn to her. It is a touch reserved for someone they notice, someone who holds their attention, someone who makes their chest tighten in the most subtle, exhilarating way. There is something magnetic about hair. Its softness, its movement, its natural fall, it draws attention, even unconsciously. And for a man who is attracted to you, the desire to touch it is almost impossible to resist. It is an expression of fascination, a way to feel closer to you, and a subtle way to test the boundaries of intimacy. Unlike a hand touch or a tap on the arm, which can be brushed off as playful or polite hair, touching carries a deeper sensuality. It's a way for him to connect physically without overtly crossing social lines. It's deliberate, yet he often doesn't even realize how revealing it is. The hair touch is also deeply emotional. When he reaches out to adjust it or simply to let it fall back naturally, his action signals attentiveness and care. It's almost protective. He wants you to look and feel your best in his presence. And at the same time, he wants to feel the connection it creates. There is a psychological element here. Touching hair is a way to establish closeness, to create a private moment within the public space around you. It says, I notice you. I want to be near you. I want to feel this small, delicate intimacy. Even casual touches carry meaning. A light brush of hair across the shoulder or the forehead is instinctive and unconscious. A man doesn't usually do this unless there is fascination at play. He is drawn to movement, to softness, to your energy. His touch communicates attraction before his mind even considers what he is doing. The gesture is small, yet it is electric. It is quiet, yet it is loud in its intent. His fingers find your hair not because he is thinking about it, but because his body is expressing what his mind has not yet admitted he wants you. He is captivated. Timing and frequency amplify the message. If he touches your hair repeatedly, whether subtly adjusting it during conversation, or letting his fingers linger near it as he laughs, or smoothing it absent-mindedly, it signals that he is thinking about you constantly in those moments. Each touch is a small confession, a glimpse into his subconscious desire. Even if he is shy or guarded in other ways, his hair touches betray his attraction in a way words cannot. A man touching hair is also a form of gentle dominance and connection. Hair is personal, and by reaching out, he is showing that he feels entitled, at least briefly, to enter that personal space. It is instinctive, yes, but it is also a reflection of how he feels about you. He is drawn not just to your appearance, but to your presence. He wants closeness, he wants intimacy, and the hair, soft and flowing, becomes the conduit through which he can experience this without being too overt. The emotional effect on you is undeniable. Hair touches make women feel noticed, appreciated, and desired. Even the subtlest gesture creates a spark, a sense of tension, an awareness that something deeper is unfolding. This is precisely why men use it unconsciously. They do not plan to flirt or seduce in these moments. They simply cannot resist expressing their attraction. Hair is visual, tactile, and inherently sensual, which makes it one of the most honest indicators of desire. Not every man will touch hair in the same way. Some are gentle, almost shy in their approach, barely brushing a strand aside. Others are bold, confident, and playful, letting their hand linger to feel the warmth and softness. In both cases, the attraction is clear. The difference lies in personality, but the message remains the same. He is captivated by you, drawn to you, and compelled to connect in the most intimate, unconscious way possible. And it's important to note hair touching is rarely casual. A man doesn't do this absent-mindedly to someone he doesn't care about. It is one of the most subconscious ways his body expresses fascination, desire, and emotional attention. It is instinctive, intimate, and revealing. If a man reaches for your hair, even lightly, he is letting you know, without words, that he is interested, that he is present, and that he is attracted, sometimes more than he even realizes himself. So when a man touches your hair, even briefly, pay attention. Notice the way his eyes track your movements. Notice how his hand lingers for a fraction longer than necessary. Notice how he smiles, how he reacts to your response, how he becomes subtly more present in the space around you. That touch is a window into his subconscious, a glimpse into the desire that words have not yet caught up with. It is instinctive, intimate, and undeniable. A man's way of letting you know he is drawn to you in a way that goes far beyond friendship. So the next time you're wondering how he really feels, don't overthink his words. Watch his hands. His touches reveal the story he's too nervous to say out loud. If you love this breakdown and want more powerful female focused dating insights, hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and join this community where you learn exactly how to read men, attract with confidence, and never settle for confusion again.